can't spin it with my mouth, but let's go, baby. The Abbotsford Canucks have won another series. Woo! We're going into this one excited. I need a hat. My hair is out of control. Where's my Dodgers hat? They beat the Colorado Eagles in 5 games in the best-of-5 series, and they're moving on to the Western Conference Finals. And we gotta pull up this real quick. There we go. The first game. Let's get into it. The first game, Ty Mueller scored to open the scoring, assisted by Sammy Blais and Linus Karlsson. And then Victor Mancini got the empty netter late in the third to seal this game 2-0 for the Abbotsford Canucks. Sheloves would get back-to-back shutouts, because if you remember the game against Coachella, the series clincher, he also got another shutout, which he's got 2 of the series clinching shutouts in the playoffs so far. I think we go right to totals. Sorry, I'm tired. I forget how I do this. Abby had 0 goals in the first period, 0 goals in the second, or 0 goals for Colorado in the first, 1 for Abby in the second, 0 for Colorado, 1 for Abby in the third, 0 for Colorado. There was no overtime. Total of 1-0. I put 0-0. I don't know why. Abby was 1 for 2 on the power play. Their 1 goal they did get was on the power play, and then Colorado was 0 for 3 on the power play. So they had 1 more opportunity than us, and they were not able to capitalize. Abby had 5 shots in the first. Colorado had 7. Abby had 10 shots in the second. Colorado had 9. Abby had 9 shots in the third. Colorado had 6. So this seems like this one of the games, again, I think it was Tucson, where Abby came out hot, or Colorado came out a little more hotter than Abby. Abby flipped the script in the second, and then they completely flipped it in the third. The goaltending. I'll go right at the stars, because Trent Miner will be 3rd star. He had 22 saves, so 23 shots. He had a great game. But someone just had a little bit of a better game before we get to that. Ty Mueller had a goal. He gets the 2nd star. No assists. And Archer Shelovs, 22 of 22, shutout. That's the reason he gets the 1st star, as he should. He got the 3rd star when he got a shutout in against Tucson. Ever since then, they gave him the 1st star. I was like, why did you give him the 3rd star? Like, I understand goals, but, like, he got the shutout. He held it down. I didn't go to this game. I didn't even, couldn't, keep track of this game, watch it, through, a TV or something. I was in a no internet area doing a camping trip, so I missed this game. I would have gone to this game had that trip not be a thing. I would have gone to this game because they're undefeated when I have showed up, and now it makes me think that I don't know, I bring good luck to the team. But, alright, without further ado, let's hop into Game 2. What's this doing on me? I gotta get this thing off. I don't know what happened. I don't know how this got on me. That's better. Okay, we're back to normal. Scared me for a second. Alright, the Abby Canucks wouldn't open the scoring. They would actually end up losing this game. But let's get into the goals. Jake Wise would open the scoring from Jacob McDonald and John Ludwig. And then Jonathan Lekarmäki would get one assisted by Victor Mancini and R.C. Baines to tie the game. And then in the second period, Colorado would get 2 here with Amat, assisted by Oscar Olesen and Matthew Phillips, and Chris Wagner, assisted by TJ Tynan and Brian Yoon. And then in the third period, down by 2, the Abby Canucks would let in 1 more with Ivan get one from Brian Yoon. And then Chase Wooters would cut it closer here with 1 from Akito Hirose and Sammy Blais. But then Jason Magna would get 1 from Chris Wagner and Callie Rosen. Is it Jacob Magna that played for the Canucks, or was it Jason Magna? I'm pretty sure there was a Magna that played for the Canucks. Don't know if it's this one. Then Linus Karlsson, that was an empty netter, by the way. Then Linus Karlsson would get 1 from Kudryavtsev and Jonathan Lekarmäki. And then we would lose 5-3 in the Abbey Center. Sad times. The totals, 1 goal for each team in the first period, 2 goals for Colorado in the second, donut for Abbey in the second, and then 2 each in the third, for a total of 5-3. I got it right. Last game I said 1-0. It was 2-0. Abbey, yet again, they were 1 for 3 on the power play this time. Colorado 0 for 3 on the power play yet again. They did score 5 goals, even strength, but That 0 for 3 on the power play could hurt. Also, the ref for this game was Mike Sullivan, not the coach. I don't know. Abby with 8 shots at the first, Colorado with 6, and then they would flip it with Colorado having 7. Abby only having 4. Gotta check if that's right. Oh my god. But then Abby would make up for those 4 shots as Colorado had 8 in the third period. They would have 10 more. They would have 18 shots in the third period, giving the shot totals a 21-30 differential. Wise would get the third star with 1 goal, 0 assists. Mancini would get the second star with 0 goals, 1 assist. And Trent Miner would get the first star with 27 saves on 30 shots. Artur Silovs would stop 16 of 20. They would not go to Nikita Tolopilo. They would keep Artie in for the entire game, except for the empty netter bids. And they would lose 5-3, tying the series, which is fine. I mean, you would like to win the first 2, but splitting the series is better than losing 2. All we gotta do is win the next one, and we just have to win the next, one of the next 2, which, in Game 3, they would come back with a huge victory, starting, though, with Colorado opening the scoring, with John Ludwig getting one from Olesen and McDonald. But Mancini would tie the game, assisted by Jonathan Lekkerimäki. That's his second goal, I think, of the series. I am pretty sure. And then Jake Wise will get one from Matthew Phillips. It's not his second goal of the series. I don't think I've said Mancini's name. Let me redo this one. In Game 3, they would have a huge comeback win. Starting with Colorado opening the scoring. John Ludwig getting one from Olesen and McDonald. Mancini would tie the game, assisted by Lekkerimäki. Then in the second period, Colorado would get one. Jake Wise assisted by Matthew Phillips. They would go into the third down, but halfway through, Max Sasson would get one from Lekkerimäki and Jet. Woo! And then Linus Karlsson went ended in overtime, assisted by Ty Mueller and Sammy Blais. The totals would be 1-1 in the first period. Colorado would get the only goal in the second. Abby would get the only goal in the third, and they would get the only goal in overtime because you can only get one. And the Abby Canucks would win 3-2. Both teams going over 3 on the power play. Colorado, that's the third straight game. They went over 3 exactly on the power play. This is the first game Abbotsford hasn't scored on the power play. Colorado would outshoot the Abbotsford Canucks in the first period with 13-12. They would do it yet again by 1, 7-6. They would tie with 10 shots. Colorado would outshoot them in overtime, but the Abby Canucks would hold on to it, and Abby Canucks would have a total of 33 shots, and the Colorado Eagles would have a total of 37. Artur Silovs faced all of them, stopping 35 of 37. I had a flip for Silovs by accident. And then Trent Miner would stop 30 of 33. Ludwig would get the third star with 1 goal, 0 assist. Wise would get the second star with 1 goal, 0 assist. And the game winner, the guy who put the puck in the net to win the game for the Abby Canucks in overtime, Linus Karlsson, would get the first star with 1 goal, 0 assists. And this is an important game. This game, you need it. Even if you lose the next game, who cares? You still have a bit of an advantage because both these games are elimination games of the next team. Yeah, sure, the second game is an elimination game for you, but you get to head into the next game with a little more confidence. Usually that doesn't really go well if you go in with confidence because they could just take advantage. You could think it's too easy. Oh, we have it done. And you know what? That might have been what happened in Game 4. Didn't really go our way. Didn't go the way we wanted it to because Jean-Luc Foudy would open up the scoring in the first period, assisted by Mark Senden and Hank Kempf. And then Jason Megna would get another one in the series, assisted by Phil Haber. And then Phil Haber would get one, I hope I'm saying that right, assisted by TJ Tynan and Olesen. They would go into the third up 3-0. But Abby would ruin the shutout bid at least, with Nate Smith getting one from Jujar Kara. That third goal by Colorado will, I'll say it in a second here because we're going to get to it, the totals. Colorado won in the first period. Abby, donuts in the second period for Abby. 2 for Colorado in the second. Abby would get 1 in the third, and Colorado gets 0 in the third. It would be a total of 3-1 win for Colorado. Abby would go for 2 on the power play. That third goal is important because it's their first power play goal. They went 1 for 4 on the power play. They still technically went 0 for 3 if you take away the one power play they scored on. And then Colorado would outshoot Abbey in all three periods, 8-6 in the first, 9-7 in the second, 13-12 in the third, for a total of 30-25. Your third three stars would be Trent Miner, who stopped 24 of 25. John McFoody, who got one goal, and Megna, who got one goal. And then Shilovs will stop 27 of 30. And now we're going to a game 5. You get a little bit more nervous, right? You get a little more like, oh, you know what? We could have went in here and we could have won it. But we didn't, and that's disappointing. So that means we're going to head on to the most important game of the series. The most important game of Abbotsford's playoffs so far, and that is Game 5. And if you remember, Artur Silovs has been very good in a sudden death, do or die, like Game 7 scenario games, and that's what we're going to head into. Will he keep the streak in Game 5? I'm not Michael Jackson. That was horrible. I can't moonwalk to save my life. Game 5. Did Shilovs continue it? Well, the Abbey Canucks would open the scoring with Linus Karlsson picking one up from Archdeep Baines and Tristan Nielsen. Then D. Giuseppe getting one from Jet. Woo! And then Cole McWard would get one from Archdeep Baines and Ty Mueller. Then Linus Karlsson would get one from Ty Mueller and Christian Wolanin. And then D. Giuseppe would pick up the empty netter. 2 players with 2 goals. And did you notice Colorado got none? Abbey would get 2 in the first. Colorado would get donuts across the board, while Abbey would get 1 in the second and 2 in the third. 5-0. Abbey 1 for 2 on the power play. Colorado 0 for 2 on the power play. At least they didn't get a third. They weren't 0 for 3 yet again. Colorado would actually outshoot them the entire game. 9-7 in the first, 9-8 in the second, and 16-9 in the third, giving totals of 24 shots for Abbey, 34 shots for Colorado, and your 3 stars. Di Giuseppe will get 2 goals as the third star. Karlsson will get 2 goals as the second star. And your first star, 34 save shutout yet again in an elimination game. Artur Silovs, he is a legend when it comes to these type of games. And Trent Miner would end up stopping 19 of 23. I thought he had a really good series. I don't think he should have his head down. He should definitely hold his head up high. He had a great series. He made some really, really good, like in terms of totals, just stops. Like you got to give it to him. Sammy Blay actually ended up getting a 5-minute penalty for interference, but he also got a game misconduct. Get kicked out of this game. I don't know if there's going to be any discipline for it. I didn't see it. I only caught the end of this game, and Artur Silovs just yet again another shutout. Yeah, the shutout machine. That's 2 in the series. I'm not sure if you got any in the Coachella series. I forget. I could go check right now. Look at this. I'm gonna go check. I know he got 1 against Tucson. Coachella Valley. That's not one. That's not one. That's not one. And then that's the shutout. And then there could have been a game before that. Artur Silovs is a legend. Artur Silovs, please carry us all the way, man. This is awesome. Abbey Canucks move on to the Western Conference Finals. They will face the Texas Stars. There's only 4 teams remaining, and 2 of them have playoff teams, and that's Texas and Florida's team, the Charlotte Checkers. And then Laval and Abbotsford are still in there. Let's go. 1 more series and we're in the final. Can we do it? That will be it for this one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Let's hope we're seeing it yet again with the Abbey Canucks going to the finals. The video on your right is the franchise mode video from Friday. This video on your left is the Wednesday video. It's supposed to be the Monday video. I had to push it back. Subscribe right down under there. Apologies for this getting uploaded on Tuesday. I didn't know they were actually playing in the morning. They played a little earlier. I could have probably got this video done. It probably would have been uploaded at the same time. Anyway, it's just I wanted to wait for that one game. Hopefully we'll be back Monday for the round 2 analysis. But without further ado, that is it. I'll see you guys in the next one.